drifting past the sheets, bare feet touching wooden floors, phone light fading near the bed, morning traffic somewhere far, curtains moving with the wind, half closed eyes across the room, dust floating inside the sun, breath rising against my skin, quiet resting on the walls, coffee waiting by the sink, water humming through the pipe, city colors waking slow, white shoes near the doorway, calendar beside the lamp, silver keys against the glass, nothing pulling at my hand, still the rhythm settles in, shower steam across the mirror, warm drops racing down my neck, kitchen speakers low and bright, soft percussion through the room, t-shirt falling past my shoulders, cold towel underneath my step, window edges glowing blue, daylight stretching through the frame, hallway voices drift in layers, elevators rise in waves, tiny sounds begin connecting like the morning starts to breathe, already on before the daylight, pulse running under my skin, streetlights fading into morning, white shoes waiting near the stairs, already on without a warning, warm air rushing through the hall, golden reflections on the ceiling, turning all my senses outward, breathing in the open air, rhythm running everywhere, steam dissolving from the mirror, backpack hanging near the chair, music spilling from the kitchen, low and rolling through the floor, laces tightening one by one, door chains sliding with the click, morning shadows near the stairs, blue across the concrete walls, people gathering by the crossing, signals blinking into white, buses gliding through the avenue, headlights melting into sky, windows glowing through the station, sidewalk patterns keeping pace, no hesitation in my body, only motion passing through, already on before the daylight, pulse running under my skin, streetlights fading into morning, white shoes waiting near the stairs, already on without a warning, warm air rushing through the hall, golden reflections on the ceiling, turning all my senses outward, silver rails beneath the station, coffee heat against my hand, morning clouds above the buildings, opening slowly into blue, countdown inside my body, no signal waiting ahead, somewhere between breath and movement, rhythm flowing through my chest, already on before the daylight, pulse running under my skin, streetlights fading into morning, white shoes waiting near the stairs, already on without a warning, skyline glowing far ahead, heartbeat moving with the city, feet already past the door, curtains lifting from the window, cool air sliding through the room, distant engines near the avenue, birdsong mixing with the trains, palm pressed lightly to the glass, clouds drifting past the rooftops, morning scent from somewhere downstairs, fresh bread warming through the hall, jacket hanging near the chair, steam fading from the kettle pavement. Cups arranged beside the counter, newspaper folded near the sink. Someone laughing down the stairwell, bicycle wheels across the street, loose white fabric near my wrists, coffee warmth against my palms, station gates begin unlocking, silver rails beneath the sky, street musicians near the corner, soft chords blending with the breeze, taxi mirrors catching sunlight, shimmer dancing over chrome, tiny movements keep unfolding, footsteps passing side by side, morning carries quiet rhythm, steady underneath the noise, first breath filling up the silence, cool wind brushing through my hair, wide blue stretching past the buildings, laundry dancing in the air, first breath drifting through the doorway, traffic shining after rain, light reflections on the windows, shoelaces touching pavement, window frame against the skyline, curtains moving slow and wide, warm air circling through the kitchen, blue above the traffic lights, coffee leaves beside the newspaper, soft shoes waiting near the wall, voices drifting through the stairwell, sunlight leaning through the hall, cold wind filling up the silence, soft blue brushing through my hair, white clouds drifting past the buildings, laundry dancing in the air, morning drifting through the doorway, voices rising from below, keys turning beside the hallway, stepping lightly toward the road. Water rushing from the shower, steam collecting on the glass, cold tile underneath my footsteps, mirror lights along the sink, sleeves folded near the counter, silver bottle by the tap, morning playlist through the speaker, low kick pulsing through the room, warm drops tracing down my shoulders, fog drifting near the ceiling, shampoo sent across the air, blue reflected in the chrome, towel falling near the doorway, fingers brushing through wet hair, heartbeat matching with percussion, quick steps crossing through the hall, jacket zipper sliding upward, canvas bag against the wall, sunlight touching polished handles, thin clouds moving past the frame, run and start beneath the water, table, low chords floating near the ceiling, instinct curling by the window, notebook open near my hand, morning headlines on the counter, muted colors in the glass, loose leaves brushing past the kettle, whipped grain underneath my palms, tiny dust across the sunlight, slow fans turning near the ceiling, vinyl jacket near the speaker, silver spoon beside the sink, warm ceramic against my fingers, small vibrations through the floor, outside traffic moving gently, crosswalk patterns changing pace, clouds reflected on the buildings, blue stretching past the frame. Coffee rings beside the notebook, pen marks scattered through the page, kitchen clock above the doorway, quiet ticking through the air, white mugs drying near the rack, soft shoes waiting by the wall, train sounds underneath the silence, morning drifting through the hall, curtains shifting with the breeze, fresh light touching polished wood, nothing rushing through the apartment, low rhythm circling softly, steam fading from the kettle top, chair back pressed against my shoulders, piano echoes from the speaker, warmly crossing through the kitchen, street lights dimming near the station, windows glowing far below, tiny sounds around the city passing softly one by one, half-filled cup beside the notebook, blue light resting on the floor, soft chords circling through the kitchen, dust moving near the door, calendar hanging by the hallway, keys reflecting morning gold, slow air drifting through the curtains, day beginning room by room, coffee warmth against my fingers, quiet rhythm through my chest, blue sky rising past the window, soft echoes beside the sink. Out the door into the blue sky, fast keys turning in my hand, shoes striking hard against the stairwell, morning opening again, out the door with all the windows, bright air rushing through the street, crosswalk flashing at my feet, sunlight rolling with the beat, canvas bag against my shoulder, door chain sliding with a click, sunlight stretching through the hallway, fast steps moving toward the lift, neighbors talking near the lobby, bicycle wheels across the road, taxi mirrors flashing silver, warm wind pushing through my clothes, coffee scent beside the station, moving through the traffic, white clouds drifting over glass, sleeves brushing past the railings, coffee warmth against my hand, sunlight touching passing buses, soft reflections on the street, people gathering by the station, train wires stretching overhead, shoes tapping lightly on the pavement, small echoes beneath the bridge, wide sky opening between buildings, birds circling near the cranes, green light shifting down the avenue, chrome flashing past the lane, loose fabric moving in the breeze, warm air rising from the road, traffic sounds beneath the sunlight, long shadows near the curb, sky above the moving city, windows glowing row by row, morning spreading through the sidewalks, bright signs awaking one by one, backpacks brushing through the crossing, phone screens catching bits of sky, street musicians near the corner, soft chords blending with the noise, silver rails beyond the platform, thin clouds drifting toward the bay, voices folding through the station, light rolling across the floor, fresh air circling through the avenue, taxi mirrors flashing gold banners moving near the rooftop, clouds reflected in the chrome, fast trains sliding through the skyline, signals blinking in the wide open space above the buildings, sunlight stretching through the wires, wide sky over crowded stations, thin clouds drifting over glass, warm wind coursing through the city, traffic flowing softly past, wide light over rolling avenues, sun pouring down the road, cloud reflections on the windows, open air above it all, crosswalk sounds beneath the sunlight, coffee steam beside the rails, street lights fading near the river, bird song mixing with the trains, tall signs glowing through the avenue, soft wind moving through my sleeves, sky stretching far beyond the skyline, day unfolding sky overcast rooftops, traffic hovering far below, morning air across the station, clouds drifting over the rubber soles against the pavement, crosswalk paint beneath my feet, morning trains beyond the station, soft bass rolling through my headphones, loose shadows near the railing, warm light moving down the blocks, hands brushing past my jacket, steady rhythm in my stride, coffee signs above the sidewalk, signals shifting into white, street reflections on the windows, blue stretching past the wires, tiny echoes station, open air between the streets. Fast steps running through the crosswalk, white light flashing underneath, fast shadows moving beside me, bright sounds rising from the street. Footsteps keeping steady motion, reflected through the glass. Station lights beyond the platform, signals concrete walls. People gathering by the crossing, signals blinking into white. Buses gliding through the avenue, headlights melting into sky. Windows glowing through the station, sidewalk patterns keeping pace. No hesitation in my body, only motion passing through. Already on before the daylight, pulse running under my skin. Street lights fading into morning, white shoes waiting near the stairs. Already on without a warning, warm air rushing through the hall. Golden reflections on the ceiling, turning all my senses outward. Silver rails beneath the station, coffee heat against my hand. Morning clouds above the buildings, opening slowly into blue. No countdown inside my body, no signal waiting ahead. Somewhere between breath and movements, rhythm flowing through. Already on before the daylight, pulse running under my skin. Street lights fading into morning, white shoes waiting near the stairs. Already on without a warning, skyline glowing far ahead. Heartbeat moving with the city, feet already past the door. Curtains lifting from the window, cool air sliding through the room. Distant engines near the avenue, bird song mixing with the trains. Palm pressed lightly to the glass, clouds drifting past the rooftops. Morning scent from somewhere downstairs, fresh bread warming through the hall. Jacket hanging near the chair, steam fading from the kettle top. Crosswalk signals changing colors, tiny echoes from below. Breathing deeper without noticing, shoulders settling into place. City sounds begin surrounding, like the day has found its shape. First breath filling up the silence, cool wind brushing through my hair. White, blue stretching past the buildings, laundry dancing in the air. First breath drifting through the doorway, traffic shining after rain. Light reflections on the windows, shoelaces touching pavement. Cups arranged beside the counter, newspaper folded near the sink. Someone laughing down the stairwell, bicycle wheels across the street. Loose white fabric near my wrist, coffee warmth against my palms. Station gates begin unlocking, silver rails beneath the sky. Street musicians near the corner, soft chords blending with the breeze. Taxi mirrors catching sunlight, shimmer dancing over chrome. Tiny movements keep unfolding, footsteps passing side by side. Morning carries quiet rhythm, steady underneath the noise. First breath steps, mirror lights along the sink, sleeves folded near the counter, silver bottle by the tap, morning playlist through the speaker, low kick pulsing through the room, warm drops tracing down my shoulders, fog drifting near the ceiling, shampoo sent across the air, blue reflected in the chrome, towel falling near the doorway, fingers brushing through wet hair, heartbeat matching with percussion, quick steps crossing through the hall, jacket zipper sliding upward, canvas bag against the wall, sunlight touching polished handles, thin clouds moving past the frame, running start beneath the water, steam rising through the light, cold air waiting by the doorway, skin waking with the rhythm, running start across the hallway, fast shoes landing on the floor, kitchen speakers getting louder, sneakers sliding past the hall, white sink filling for a second, water circling down the drain, fresh air flowing through the curtain, streetcars humming down below, hands pressing flat against the mirror, tiny drops across the glass, backpack hanging from the chair edge, keys beside the folded notes, train doors opening at the platform, signals blinking into wide, crowds collecting near the crossing, soft wind lifting through the wires, steam dissolving from the mirror, bright sky opening outside, coffee heat beside the window, quick reflections passing by, loose fabric against my wrist, wet hair cooling near my neck, blue light drifting through the mirror, rhythm settling in my chest, running start beneath the water, steam rising through the light, cold air waiting by the doorway, skin waking with the rhythm, fast steps crossing through the hallway, blue above the avenue, station gates already glowing, feet carrying me through. Coffee dripping into the filter, soft heat rising from the cup, chair legs sliding near the table, low chords floating near the ceiling, thin steam curling by the window, notebook open near my hand, morning headlines on the counter, muted colors in the glass, loose leaves brushing past the kettle, wood grain underneath my palms, tiny dust across the sunlight, slow fans turning near the ceiling, vinyl jacket near the speaker, silver spoon beside the sink, warm ceramic against my fingers, small violin going softly. Steam fading from the kettle top. Chair back pressed against my shoulders. Piano echoes from the speaker. Warm light crossing through the kitchen. Street lights dimming near the station. Windows glowing far below. Tiny sounds around the city, passing softly one by one. Half-filled cup beside the notebook. Blue light resting on the floor. Soft chords circling through the kitchen. Dust moving near the door. Calendar hanging by the hallway. Keys reflecting morning glow. Slow air drifting through the curtains. Day beginning room by room. Coffee warm thickens my fingers. Quiet rhythm through my chest. Blue sky rising past the window. Soft echoes beside the sink. Out the door into the blue sky. Fast keys turning in my hand. Shoes striking hard against the stairwell. Morning opening again. Out the door with all the windows. Bright air rushing through the street. Crosswalk flashing at my feet. Sunlight rolling with the beat. Canvas bag against my shoulder. Door chain sliding with a click. Sunlight stretching through the hallway. Fast steps moving toward the lift. Neighbors talking near the lobby. Bicycle wheels across the road. Taxi mirrors flashing silver. Warm wind pushing through my clothes. Coffee scent beside the station. Train line shining underneath. Signals shifting into motion. Blue expanding past the trees. No slow circles in my body. No delay inside my hands. Sidewalk patterns pulling outward like the city understands. Out the door into the blue sky. Fast keys turning in my hand. Shoes striking hard against the stairwell. Morning opening again. Out the door with all the windows. Bright air rushing through the street. Crosswalk flashing at my feet. Sunlight rolling with the beat. Metal rails beside the platform. Phone screens glowing in the crowd. Sleeves moving through the ticket gates. Voices folding into sound. Loose clouds over distant buildings. Sunlight rolling down the glass. Traffic flowing past the corner. Soft shadows crossing on the path. Hands brushing past the railings. Music leaking from my headphones. Quick reflections in the windows. Blue sky widening above. Street vibrations underneath me. Train doors sliding into place. Tiny echoes through the station. sliding past the signs, fresh when moving through the traffic, white clouds drifting over glass. Sleeves brushing past the railings, coffee warmth against my hand, sunlight touching passing buses, soft reflections on the street. People gathering by the station, train wires stretching overhead, shoes tapping lightly on the pavement, small echoes beneath the bridge. White sky opening between buildings, birds circling near the cranes, green light shifting down the avenue, chrome flashing past the lane, loose fabric moving in the breeze, warm air rising from the road, traffic sounds beneath the sunlight, long shadows near the curb. Sky above the moving city, windows glowing row by row, morning spreading through the sidewalks, bright signs waking one by one, backpacks brushing through the crossing, phone screens catching bits of sky, street musicians near the corner, soft chords blending with the noise, silver rails beyond the platform, thin clouds drifting toward the bay, voices folding through the station, light rolling across the floor, fresh air circling through the avenue, taxi mirrors flashing gold, banners moving near the rooftop, clouds reflected in the chrome, trains sliding through the skyline, signals blinking into wide open space above the buildings, sunlight stretching through the wires, white sky over crowded stations, thin clouds drifting over glass, warm wind crossing through the city, traffic flowing softly past, wide light over rolling avenues, sun pouring down the road, cloud reflections on the windows, open air above it Crosswalk sounds beneath the sunlight, coffee steam beside the rails, street lights fading near the river, bird song mixing with the trains, tall signs glowing through the avenue, soft wind moving through my sleeves, sky stretching far beyond the skyline, day unfolding over me, white sky over passing rooftops, traffic humming far below, morning air across the station, clouds drifting over the rails. Rubber soles against the pavement, crosswalk paint beneath my feet, morning trains beyond the station, soft bass rolling through my headphones, those shadows near the railing, warm light moving down the blocks, hands brushing past my jacket, steady rhythm in my stride, coffee signs above the sidewalk, signals shifting into white, street reflections on the windows, blue stretching past the wires, tiny echoes from the avenue, footsteps landing side by side, breathing matching with the motion, city tempo settling in, footsteps moving through the crosswalk, bright signs glowing overhead, fast trains sliding past the platform, warm wind circling through the street, footsteps sunlight, shoelaces tapping near the curb, tall glass shining through the avenue, long clouds drifting overhead. Ticket gates beside the platform, voices folding into sound, fresh air turning through the stairwell, fast shoes landing underground. Crosswalk signals keep changing, quick reflections past the chrome, street vibrations underneath me, rhythm carrying me along. Footsteps moving through the crosswalk, bright signs glowing overhead. Fast trains sliding past the platform, warm winds circling through the street. Footsteps falling with the rhythm, traffic flowing row by row. Morning colors on the pavement, long shadows crossing below. June wires cutting through the skyline, coffee steam beside the road. Street musicians near the crossing, soft chords blending with the noise. Sunlight flashing on the railings, loose fabric moving in the breeze. Signals glowing near the station, open air between the streets. Footsteps running through the crosswalk, white lines flashing underneath. Fast shadows moving beside me, bright sounds rising from the street. Footsteps keeping steady motion, blue reflected through the glass. Station lights beyond the platform, signals changing as I pass. Open lanes beneath the blue light, fast clouds drifting overhead. Train lines cutting through the skyline, train lights passing overhead. Open lanes across the city, warm wind rushing past the signs, glass reflections on the highway. Morning running side by side, traffic rolling near the river, white lines stretching down the road. Banners moving from the rooftops, soft light pouring through the rails. Loose leaves brushing near the platform, coffee warmth against my palms. Phone screens glowing in the sunlight, quick reflections through the glass. People gathering near the crossing, signals shifting into white, fast trains humming past the station, blue expanding through the wires, street vibrations through the pavement, tiny echoes from the bridge, breathing matching with the traffic, rhythm flowing underneath. Open lanes beneath the blue light, fast clouds drifting overhead. Train lines cutting through the skyline, train lights passing overhead. Open lanes across the city, warm wind rushing past the signs, glass reflections on the highway. Morning running side by side, taxi mirrors flashing silver, long shadows crossing near the curb. Backpacks moving through the stairwell, soft bass rolling through my headphones. Station speakers in the distance, train doors sliding into place. Bird song mixing with the traffic, fresh air circling through the lane. Sunlight touching passing windows, crowds reflecting morning gold. Open sky above the avenue, clouds drifting toward the bay. Fast shoes landing near the platform, signals blinking through the haze. Lights drifting down the road. White lines running past station. Morning light across the rails. Fast clouds drifting through the skyline. Signals glowing pale and soft. Loose jackets near the platform. Coffee steam